But you know what? Some more Southern Cats had a great week as the Florida Panthers and Dalton's local legend last week, Nate Schmidt, took home the Stanley Cup. And Dalton, I think they're just now finally sobering up.
Yeah, Canada, I would like, without the Stanley Cup, keep it in America. No offense to all our Canadian friends out there, but very impressive series by them. Very cool for a Minnesotan to be able to hoist the Stanley Cup up again. Very impressive by the Florida Panthers, and man, good week to be a sports fan coming out of the southern part of the United States, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think the Panthers did something that was very cool. So they'd won Stanley Cup last year. This is back to back now, and I think what they made sure the first people who got to hoist the Stanley Cup while on the ice were players not on the team last year.
Mm.
Players winning their first Stanley Cup, the Nate Schmidts of the world, getting to do that, and I think the only players least excited the Panthers won the Stanley Cup than the Oilers were the agents as. I don't think they're too legally binding, but I think Bill Zito is going to try to get these guys signed as soon as possible. Hopefully, the alcohol hasn't quite worn off yet. Sam Bennett, I think, has basically agreed to a 8-year contract with Florida. At least that's what he's telling everybody in the elbow room. The 11, like, yeah, no, they're having a great time. The parade just had their parade, and I think it's cool to see the exhilaration of a bunch of hockey players.
Yeah, and for the Panthers to be able to do it in 6 games and did it very convincingly, the 5-1 score. You look at the stats from that game. Stats obviously don't tell the whole story. Edmonton actually outshot them for shots on goal by 4. Hits were 29-28. Edmonton won that, but penalty minutes, 12 penalty minutes for Edmonton, 2 for the Panthers. And you look at it, I mean, 2 empty net goals by the Panthers. Which kind of iced it away, but still very impressive performance.
No, definitely. You could tell that the Panthers were just a better team, better coached, and they just wanted it more, and they were out hustling the Oilers. The Oilers just wore down, and that was a constant problem. But throughout the series for the Oilers was they were just always in that penalty box and have never played like their hockey and just got worn down. And it's a testament to the Panthers that they could play that kind of hockey and how dominating they looked to close out that series.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, just getting back to, they won it last year, but they let the guys that didn't win it last year hold the cup first, which that just speaks a lot to the culture that they are building down there, and very cool to see, especially at the professional level. You don't, uh, a lot of it's about money at professional level, but for that culture to kind of come together there, something very unique and something cool to see.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't know how many other professional teams can say this, but they preach culture. Obviously, a lot of teams will say that, but they'll go out to eat like as a team, like 40 people. Like that's not just the players, the coaches. It's like the traveling staff too. They'll all go out together, build that camaraderie.
Mm.
And that's just you don't see that a lot in professional sports.
Right. Even in college sports, sometimes, each team kind of each team kind of has their own group type of thing, and one group of guys will go here, another will go another way, but uh, you don't really expect that at the college level to begin with, but see at the professional level, everybody's going to dinner together. I'm assuming the bonding throughout the year really carried them through. And Coach Bergstrom down when I State, he always preached love, and you can tell that's definitely an organization that all those guys, trust each other. They love each other like brothers, and something very cool to see.
Any given Sunday speech, the person that's willing to die for that inch and die for
Yep.
that person next to him, and just something you saw in that Florida Panthers team, and it's not really a big shock why they're back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
Right. All right. Well, as we shift professional sports, let's go to the NBA. The Thunder were able to get it done last night. Unfortunately for the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton went down early in the game, torn Achilles. Tough start, and that's just not the way you want to begin. Game 7, obviously, and they just weren't really able to rebound from that. And the Thunder kind of got out to a lead and ended up, just doing what the Thunder do, and that's, you know, get to the free throw line and make you pay.
Absolutely. That sucked to see Halliburton tear his Achilles. I don't know what the result of the game would be. I'm not saying the Thunder would have won or lost with Halliburton out there.
Mhm.
But it sucks we don't get to find out.
Right.
I mean, that's probably the worst part. Like, you want, like, because you could just sense that the Thunder were going to win once Halliburton's out. And I feel NBA fans and basketball fans in general just wanted to see a Game 7 classic. And that kind of just puts a damper on it.
Yeah, and I mean that's not going to just affect Game 7. Obviously, it's going to affect next year because he'll be out a significant amount of time this next season. He might even miss the whole season. That's just the reality of a torn Achilles, and we're hoping he can come back sooner, obviously. But that's just unfortunate. Injuries suck in general. And that's the way it goes, though. Tyrese Halliburton, like you said, everybody wanted to see just a classic Game 7. It just sucks we couldn't do that. I really felt like once that injury kind of happened, that kind of took all the wind or a lot of the wind from Pacers and gave it to the Thunder, which is unfortunate, but just the way it goes.
This Thunder team is going to be very scary for years to come.
Mhm.
NBA drafts this Wednesday. They have 4 first-round picks.
Right.
And so they had another prospect not even played for them at all. He was hurt. So it's just scary what they have coming into the tank
Yeah,
to an already loaded roster.
yeah, very young as well. So they might go on, unless guys get money hungry here. But when you're winning championships, I don't think you don't get that seriously money hungry. But you never know. They're gonna be scary the next few years.
Oh, they're
Poss Possibly the next dynasty. I mean,
yeah.
I hate to say it, but
Yeah, and it's interesting the amount of adversity they'd had to push through to get to this point this year.
mm,
Denver pushes them to 7. Pacers push them to 7. Wolves, not even close to pushing them to 7.
right.
But no, like to have be a little grit on their way there is that's so important. But how lackadaisical their celebration was compared to the Panthers.
Yeah, I was very disappointed by that. I mean, when you win a championship, I mean, you gotta celebrate harder than that, man.
They didn't know how to pop champagne bottles.
No, they were asking their teammates to YouTube how to pop champagne bottles. I mean,
That's that just shows the youth of that team.
right.
So yeah, they are definitely. I mean, they had 68 wins this year, so it's not like they're some Cinderella team. No, they were won the West by like double-digit games. They were just wire to wire, a very elite basketball team this year.
Mm, I agree.